The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam has reportedly given its ghee tender to another company this time, and the development has irked the opposition in Karnataka. An intense war of words has now taken centre stage in the state. On Monday, the state BJP President Nalin Kumar Katil blamed Siddaramaiah government's policies for losing the multi-crore Laddu deal. Katil said that Sidda's anti-Hindu policies watered down the age-old ties between TTD and Nandini. Meanwhile, the former Chief Minister has accused Siddaramaiah of running Nandini into losses and highlighted that the state-owned firm's production levels have declined considerably.
Nandini was politicized so much before the election, as if they are the sole protector of Nandini. Now Nandini is in shatters. Nandini milk production has come down, the other products production has come down, their cost has gone up, and they are unable to supply at the earlier prices. That's why they lost order of Tirupati Laddu, where Nandini Ghee was there for the last 50 years. And these people can't even manage it. It's a failure of the state government. The brand Nandini, which is we are proud of, they have failed the Nandini.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah hit back and accused the previous Bommai government of suspending the Laddu deal. Congress alleged that the deal was stopped more than a year ago by the former Chief Minister, thereby retaliating with the same jibes and called Bommai anti-Hindu, adding that Congress has always stood by Nandini. The price that they were expecting was not reasonable, he says.
It was stopped, I think what information we have is more than 1 year when BJP government was in power. At that time, I think the contract was not given to Karnataka. See, always we stood by Nandini. Congress government, Congress party always stood by the Nandini. But the price, I think, what they are expecting, I think is not possible for this government to give. So in that case, there's definitely CM has already reacted on this issue that this was stopped more than a year back.
The KMF or the Karnataka Milk Federation chief has claimed that TTD allegedly demanded ghee at a minimal rate. The latter has fact-checked the Congress neta.
ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಸೊ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕೆಎಂಎಫ್ ತುಪ್ಪನೇ ತಿರುಪತಿ ಲಾಡುಗೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಸೊ ತಿರುಪತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ತುಪ್ಪ ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ನಂದಿನಿ ತುಪ್ಪದಿಂದನೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಈಗ ಸುಮಾರು 1 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಅವರು ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕರೆದ್ರು ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಯಾರು ತಿರುಪತಿ ತಿರುಮಲ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನವರು ಸೊ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟ್ ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತುಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯೂರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಂಡರ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ರೇಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು L1 ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರೇಟ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸು ಈ ರೇಟ್ ಕೊಡೋಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತುಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ KMF is not correct. TTD procures all the items required for the TTD, including ghee, through e-tender. We have to award contract to L1, that is the lowest offered rate only. TTD has prescribed quality parameters, and whoever is the L1, whenever supply comes to us, that ghee will be tested in our lab. In the recent tenders, that is March 2023, even KMF did not participate and offered the rate.
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us is Anand Gurmurthy, spokesperson of the BJP from Karnataka. Anurag Naidu is an author joining us. Sanket Yenagi is an advocate. Advocate Nikhil Jain is also joining us. He's a political analyst. Sanket Yenagi, let me start with you. The allegation is very clearly that, the government, since it has taken over and made such huge and tall promises as far as protecting Nandini is concerned, you heard Basavaraj Bommai saying that Nandini is now in tatters, the production's down, the prices are going up, and it's far from what had been promised.
The price of the toned milk across the country is ranging between rupees 54 to 56, 58. In Tamil Nadu, it is rupees 44. In Karnataka, before the hike, it was around 39 rupees. I'm speaking with the data is available. And now what has been sought to be hiked is 3 rupees. Earlier, there was a proposal of hiking it for 3 rupees during the BJP regime, wherein the Chief Minister has capped for 2 rupees only. And now it has been necessitated to support the farmers and milk producers of the state by adding some more value to their service to the milk production or the supply of the milk. Since we are in favor of the farmers, we are in favor of the milk producers in order to encourage them and also support them to supply mainly to the Nandini. Because Nandini is a premier brand of Karnataka, it is being regarded as...
No, there is no doubt. There is no doubt. There is no doubt about the sentiment attached with Nandini for the citizens of Karnataka. Sanket Yanagi, the promise that was made in the manifesto, it was a scheme called Kshira Dhare, if I'm not mistaken, where you had said that the support price for the farmers would be increased from 5 rupees to 7 rupees. Now, rather than increasing the support price, you have increased the price of the actual milk. The reason that Nandini was so competitive and so cheap is because successive state governments have provided a huge amount of support price to the farmers in the first place.
Let me answer that question. The hike has been made to give the support price to the farmers. It is not for any other purpose. We are not diverting the funds.
But no. So the subsidy, so rather than giving a direct subsidy, now the consumer will pay for it. The point is that the coffers are empty. This is the allegation that opposition is making, that you've run the coffers dry with all of these 5 promises. So much of money is being spent. There's no money for development, that now you have been resort to even this when it comes to milk production. That's the charge coming in from the BJP.
So insofar as the BJP's allegation of the financial health is concerned, it has been already spoken in detail by the Chief Minister on the floor of the House that the financial health of the state has been deteriorated during the BJP rule. And he has furnished all the details in the data before the House itself. It was not controverted.
Okay. Anand Gurumurthy, respond to that. You're responsible for the poor financial condition of Karnataka state today. That's the charge coming from Sanket Yanagi. Please respond to him.
See, people of Karnataka clearly know that these people misled the citizens of this country in a very big way, especially in Karnataka elections. Whatever could not be supported financially, they told they will. And now the coffers are going dry. Within a month, everything is gone for a toss. And now these people are even, it is so important for, it was such an important bonding for the Hindus, the ghee going to Lord Venkateshwara, and these people even finished that, and now they are blaming BJP. This is the way Congress works, and people have understood this. Now, where are they spending their money? They are spending on unnecessary propaganda. Today, in every newspaper of Karnataka, walking the talk was the headline with a front page of Mr. CM Siddaramaiah and his 2 ministers. Okay, everywhere it was, it is being told that they are walking the talk, they are, fulfilling promises. Instead, they are cutting this state down into pieces. They are dividing the religions and communities. There is a troll and propaganda minister who is supported by his father, who is the president of Congress at the national level. And they are just doing haphazard work, which is actually spoiling the economy of the state and also throwing away all the developmental activities. This is the same thing they did from 2013 to 2018 when Siddaramaiah was the chief minister, and the same thing is continuing, and the people of Karnataka are watching. So Congress must stop telling lies and they should start working on ground.
Okay, you're telling lies, Nikhil Jain. That's a charge coming in from the BJP spokesperson. You're not doing work on ground. There are lofty promises being made, but even Deputy Chief Ministers on record saying that there is no money for developmental projects. They're trying to sort out issues because even MLAs of the Congress are upset. It's in that series that the BJP says that there's no surprises seeing what's been happening to Nandini. Of course, it's also an emotive issue for the people of Karnataka, which clearly, of course, now with this contract being lost is something that the BJP says the Congress has snapped that emotional connect and cord with the TTD as well.
Madhav, you said that the BJP's allegation is that the Congress government in the state has run the coffers dry, and that is why the price of the milk has to be increased. But that's not the BJP's allegation. On this particular controversy, the allegation of the BJP is that Siddaramaiah, the chief minister, is anti-Hindu. That is why somehow the Karnataka government-run KMF Nandini Milk has lost this tender, which is not at all the case.
Sir, they have clearly said it's mismanagement. Do you want me to play out what Bommaiah said? He just said it. I played it out. Maybe you were not listening, Nikhil Jain. He has specifically said mismanagement. Now, mismanagement can be construed any which ways.
What is the broader allegation of the BJP? That the Congress is an anti-Hindu party.
One second. Okay. You feel both the arguments are at odds. Let Anand respond. One second. You say that there are two contradictory arguments according to you. Let Anand Gurumurthy, Nikhil Jain says that there are two contradictory arguments. Either you say that Siddaramaiah is anti-Hindu, or you say it's been badly managed and the coffers are dry. You can't make both allegations at the same time according to him. Please respond to him.
Mr. Jain, this is a multifaceted, mismanaging government. So it might get confusing to you also, but it is a multifaceted mismanaging government. These guys are experts in mismanagement. They are only spending on publicity, which they think will get them votes in the future. Okay, so please understand that part. It's a multifaceted mismanaging governance they're showing on ground, and also they're spoiling this entire state on multiple caste and religion.
Okay. Now Nikhil Jain, respond to him. I hope you got an answer. Respond now.
Absolutely. See, the point is that so far as the coffers of the state not having enough funds is concerned, let me remind my friend Mr. Gurumurthy that the BJP was in power until 2 months ago. Just because the Congress has been in power for 2 months, magically money is not going to appear. Secondly,
no, but magically money is disappearing in the 5 promises. The 50,000 crores, where is it going? It's going in the 5 promises, no?
Madhav, and it is going to the people of Karnataka as the Congress party had promised. So far as the increase in subsidy to the milk farmers is concerned, we don't know whether that subsidy would be increased or not. Maybe the farmers are going to benefit from an increase in the subsidy as well as an increase in the price of the milk. And also to address the main issue at hand,
are you saying you're going to increase the subsidy? Are you saying the government is increasing the subsidy? Because so far only the price is increasing.
I am saying
the subsidy is not increasing anywhere.
I am saying the government may.
Sir, if you start arguing on May, then many things may happen. We can't argue on May. Let's argue on the basis of facts before us. Maybe bring in Anurag Naidu. The government may give a subsidy tomorrow, so we should all be patient. Let's not jump the gun, because the government may give a subsidy. But the question that many are going to ask is that what happens? And also, of course, Anurag Naidu, I'm sure you have visited the TTD Devasthanam many times. Many would question as to what happens to the Tirupati Laddu. Is its flavor going to change now?
Madhav, I just returned from Tirupati last week, Madhav, and that's the new look, from my yearly pilgrimage. And Madhav, I was just discussing with my family that the Laddu tastes so nice. It's been decades that Laddu taste has not changed, has been consistent. But I'm very, very feeling sorry that the Laddus will not taste anymore. And there was a headline in one of the leading newspapers, telling that the Tirupati Laddu is no more going to taste the same. And Madhav, let's also understand why Nandini is a very emotional quotient when it comes to the Kannadigas and the Karnataka. The reason is all these years, Nandini was incentivized. The farmers were incentivized. The cost was not pushed down to the consumers, which is Karnataka. Kannadigas are the largest consumers for Nandini. A common citizen of Karnataka used to feel that Nandini is a very good quality milk given to us at a reasonable price. And thanks to the schemes of the government. Now, all they have done is you have pushed the price on to the consumer. They have lost business, and there's a key account holders like TTD, crores of invoice. I don't know what is the value of invoice. If you go with a tender, it should be in the range of 100 crores for a 5 years tenure. And that's the kind of revenue that is lost for Nandini. And of course, if you have that intent and, that kind of a zeal, Madhav, I would have really expected, or that kind of empathy towards Nandini, I would have expected the Chief Minister. Sometimes government to government relation works. It is not always about the price. It is always about, it is also about the quality. It is also about some kind of because the Kannadigas are also one of the three most visited people to Tirupati, Tirumala Devasthanam. So it is also an offering from the state of Karnataka to the Lord Venkateshwara. It has got an emotional value. And I think the Chief Minister would have come in and said, okay, we kind of negotiate on a reasonable price. You can bring up the Chief Minister of that distant state who has a good relation. So I think things would have, would have done, but it's a very sorry state of affair that the government is not intervening into it.
Very important point. Let me bring in Sanket. I see many hands going up. Gentlemen, I see all your hands going up. I'd request you all to keep your answers brief. But Sanket, important point being made. It's not about, 100 crore or an 80 crore contract, whatever one may choose to term it, out of an organization that does about 4,000, 5,000 crores in a year. It's not about the commercial value itself. A lot of things are also emotional value, perception. These things also make a lot of difference.
See, the TTD is not purchasing free of cost just because it is supplied by the KMF. They have a tender process. They will have the technical analysis as much as the price analysis. In a public tender, whoever is supplying as per their requirement, their price, their technicality, their quality, that would be the successful bidder. It can be Nandini today, it can be Amul tomorrow, or it could be someone else day after. It all depends on their process. And ultimately, they have to be transparent to their people also, to their government, and they have to be accountable in that regard. Just because TTD has not shortlisted Nandini for those technical reasons, Nandini cannot be undermined, or the government cannot be, sparked to a controversy. And this
Anurag.
This is a legal angle.
Okay, that's the legal argument. Okay, that's fine. That's a legal argument. Anurag, this is all about tenders. There's a process being followed, and you are unnecessarily complicating the issue. Where the e-tendering is being done, it is the L1 who will get the contract. So let's be clear about that, says Sanket. Please respond to him.
Madhav, I'll just give you two examples of how Kannadigas are emotionally attached to TTD. Particular example. Last year when I visited TTD, I stayed in a guest house, a beautiful guest house, donated by Mr. G.M. Siddeshwara, Congress leader. This year I stayed in a guest house which was donated by Mr. M.S. Ramaya, MSR guest house, which is again a Congress leader again. So that is a kind of emotional connect all the senior leaders have towards TTD. That's why they have a mindset of donation. That's kind of emotional connect we have. I'm very surprised these big tall leaders, they don't intervene. It is also an emotional point that the price points can always be negotiated. It's about 1 or 2 or 3 rupees. But the whole point is, if we are showing an intent to, have this 50 years long story or 5 years long,
why don't leaders of the Congress, senior leaders who have made such big donations in the past, why don't they intervene, is a question Anurag Naidu is asking.
The answer to that is simple, that these people have made these donations in their individual capacities as the state, as ministers of the government. They can't do that. It is not their money to go on and donate to any temple or any other place.
The perception does not matter.
The
perception that Nandini has lost such an important contract in a place such as TTD, is that perception not important at all?
But if they have a tendering process where the lowest bidder gets the order, and by the way, Nandini was not the largest supplier to the Tirupati.
There was a request. Mr. Dharma Reddy gave a statement, Madhav. Mr. Dharma Reddy gave a statement.
Please don't interject. The point is that Nandini has not been sold, or even the largest.
Okay, one at a time. Gentlemen, one at a time. Let Nikhil make his point, then you can respond. Yes. Anand, coming to you as well. Yeah.
Nandini has not been the sole or even the largest supplier in the past 50 years to the temple.
Okay.
And the laddus that are being made,
but Nandini has provided for the last 5 decades. Maybe not the only supplier, but the fact that it has supplied for the last 5 decades, you agree to that at least?
Not continuously.
Sorry?
Madhav, not continuously.
Not continuously.
Not continuously. For each of the 50 years,
not continuously.
Not supplied. And
this is a bogey.
Yes, they haven't.
This is a bogey. Anurag Naidu, this is a bogey that Nandini has been supplying for the last 50 years. Please respond.
Very important point. I don't know what Mr. Nikhil and BJP spokesperson replied to this. Mr. Dharma Reddy was on the screen, Madhav, just before the show. He was executive officer. He made a very strong allegation. He said that they requested KMF to make a bid, participate in the bid, and we can discuss. But the KMF chose, particularly the KMF chairman, they chose not to be a part of it. The question is, why did you choose not to be a part of the bid? Forget about winning or losing. It is a question of moral and intent, Madhav. My simple question is, why did you not choose to be a part of the bid? L1 comes later. First step of a tender is QDCF. L1 L2 comes in second step.
If for a company, if for a company it is not feasible to win the tender, then why waste the administrative resources on trying to file for that?
Have you written to TTD?
The lowest
have you written to TTD?
Offering
have you written to TTD? You have not written to TTD, sir.
Then why
you have not officially written to TTD about your reservations. You have only chosen not to be a part of the bid.
It is a tendering process, Mr. Naidu. It is a tendering process.
Arbitrarily, you have chosen not to be a part of the bid.
No, but Nikhil, the point being made over here is, if you had bid and lost the bid, that was one question. Here, you're not participating in the bid itself. That raises another set of questions altogether, doesn't it, Nikhil Jain?
Madhav, my friends from the BJP are continuously telling us that the government should have negotiated with the temple trust and they should have offered something. But had the government done that, my same friends from the BJP would have come and said that this is government interference in temple business. The temple trust has a process. The process is to have an e-tender process to choose the lowest bidder. How
okay. You would have, Congress party or we are damned if you do and we are damned if we don't. Anand, I want Anand to come in on this. Anand, that is what Nikhil Jain is saying. If the government had intervened, then you would have said that government is intervening in temple affairs. That's his argument. Please respond to him, Anand.
Yes. I would just like to bring in a new point here, fresh point. See, TTD is one of the most ancient temples. Even there are records during Vijayanagara Empire when the entire country supplied some kind of commodity to Tirupati Devasthanam. Now, the current government under Siddaramaiah always want to cut off the cords. They have this nature of, cutting off the cords. They don't want any cultural or religious items to be worshipped or even, enjoyed in this country. They kind of want to cut off the cultural cords in this country. And that is the reason they purposely do this. On purpose, they are doing this. And people from Congress are coming and supporting this. I am really surprised.
All right,
they want to cut off the cultural cords.
We'll have to leave it there. We'll have to leave it there. Many questions. Will the Tirupati Laddu taste the same? And of course, the country's richest temple saying that this ghee is too expensive. What does that really mean? Perhaps Nandini is still one of the most competitively priced milk in the entire South India, or perhaps even in the entire India. But the fact is that if the richest temple is saying that it's too expensive, that certainly is going to raise some very, very serious questions, apart from the fact that it's one of the most revered temples in India as well. Gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining us. Anand Gurmurthy, Anurag Naidu, Sanket Yanagi, Advocate Nikhil Jain.